In 399 BC, in this place, the citizens of Athens put on trial the man now regarded as the father of Western philosophy, Socrates.
He is the major philosophical hero in all history. As Cicero said, Socrates was the man who brought philosophy from heaven to earth, and he paid for it with his own life.
These are the remains of the agora, or marketplace, of ancient Athens. Socrates would spend his days here teaching young people and engaging in debates.
He challenges almost everything.
He was willing to hear anybody and let them speak their mind freely, and let's discuss what you think.
What do you think the justice is? What do you think should be done about this or that? What's your opinion? And how can you support your opinion?
The Socratic method teaches by asking questions rather than by offering the answer. The Socratic method not only guides students to find the answer, but it teaches them how to think.
He was a controversial figure, and when Socrates started discussing about the nature of gods, that alarmed the Athenian citizens.
There were many young people who were drawn to him because they found his ideas quite groundbreaking.
He simply had a different idea about what divine is and what our relationship with it should be.
Quite off-putting to many conservative, well-to-do Athenians.
At the end of the 5th century, there has been a great war between Athens and Sparta. Athens lost the war.
Things weren't looking good for the city, so they had to blame somebody for the social turmoil.
Socrates was a perfect scapegoat. He stood trial for disrespecting the gods and corrupting the youth of Athens. He was sentenced to death.
Socrates had a right to pay off his sentence, and he had a lot of wealthy friends who were willing to help him do so. But Socrates did not accept that.
Socrates famously carried out his execution by his own hand, drinking hemlock.
Plato describes in much detail the symptoms: paralysis of the respiratory muscles and the feeling of cold starting from the limbs, progressing towards the lungs and the heart.
Apparently, during his last minutes, Socrates was quite peaceful and serene, surrounded by his loved ones. The image we have is of the famous painting by David. We know that some of his students were crying. He started losing control of his limbs and slowly faded away.
Little did Socrates know on his deathbed that his method of questioning everything and urging students to think deeper would be his lasting legacy. Socrates reportedly said at his trial, "The unexamined life is not worth living."